Right. Well, this is WRJC 557, and this is the start of the GMRS Link Network's Tuesday Night Net. It happens every Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 on the Pacific Coast, and if you're in Hawaii, 2 p.m. in Hawaii. So let's get started after this break. Hello, like I said, my name is Dave, WRJC 557, and this is the GMRS Link Network Tuesday Night Net. All radio transmissions moving forward will go through net control. At this time, we'll start with net roll call. I will be calling your name and saying your call sign. At that time, please basically say you're here and what your location is, and then the net topic is going to be thoughts on the Second Amendment being violated by the government. So, what's your thoughts on the Second Amendment being violated by the government? They're trying to take away our guns. After I get through roll call with all the people that pre-checked in, we'll move on to late check-ins, and then we will do a drawing for the prize. If you do need to check in, go to gmrs.network, and you can check in on the events page for the next net. Thank you. Take a break.
Control, I'd like to do an advisement. These are personal, independent views, and do not hold their views to the higher standards. It's just their views. Don't take it personally.
Roger that. These are not the views of the network. This is just basically people's opinions of the people that are on the network, but not anything to do with the network. Basically, this is Dave, and my thoughts are, I believe that everybody should be able to protect themselves. I think that everybody should have the right to own a gun if they choose to do so. I don't believe that it's anybody's right to take that away, just like our freedom of speech. We should be able to say whatever we want, whenever we want. People can't get hurt by our words. They can only get hurt by the words that we give them power to. All right, so moving on. Let me unmic here, and I'll call the first name. All right, we got Eric 561. Eric 561, are you out there?
Hello, Dave and the net. This is Eric in Roseville, California. And my view on the Second Amendment is probably like everybody else's here, or most everybody else, I would think. I have carried concealed for over 50 years, I guess. And I will continue to do so until they pry my cold off of my weapon. And I will never give them up, and I'll only vote for those people that support the Second Amendment. Take care, everybody.
Well, I sure do appreciate your input there, Eric. I think a lot of us Americans are going to be feeling that same way, that it's our right to protect ourselves. Randy, 287. Randy, are you out there?
Randy here, Spartansburg, Pennsylvania. I'm all for the Second Amendment. My guns won't go nowhere. I'm also carry concealed. So, yeah, I'm for the Second Amendment.
Roger that. I sure do appreciate your feedback also. Moving on, TJ, are you here, TJ?
TJ's here.
Yeah, go ahead, TJ. What's your thoughts on the Second Amendment?
What was it?
The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. To basically be able to form a militia, and if the government's getting out of hand, revolt.
I'm all for it.
Right, I'm sorry, TJ. Try that again. You broke up.
Oh, I said I'm all for it.
Roger that. I sure do appreciate that. And moving on, let's go to Dan. 264. Dan, are you out there? Dan, 264 from Lafayette County. Are you out there? All right, moving on. John, 337 from New Athens. John, are you out there?
This is John here, WRJS 337, New Athens, Illinois. I am pro-Second Amendment. I own weapons. I have my CCL, and I carry almost everywhere I go.
Roger that. I appreciate your feedback. Jamie, 988. Are you out there, Jamie, 988?
Hey, it's Jamie, WRJJ 988, Martinez, Georgia. Yes. Hold on. I am also for the Second Amendment, but I don't know if they have to come and figure out where my guns are. I think I lost them in a boating accident, so good luck.
Yeah, roger that. I'm not big on saying what I have inside my house, but knock on the door or bust in and you'll find out. I'm sure a lot of people are going to feel that way. Okay, moving on. Dennis, 227. Dennis, are you here? Dennis from Rydot, Illinois. Dennis, are you here?
A moment. Definitely pro 2A, and definitely considered to be the second most important part of the the oath I took to swore to defend the Constitution 53 years ago that will never expire.
Roger that. Roger that. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's important. It's important for us to protect ourselves and protect ourselves against the government that may be not right. Just like our freedom of speech. Once we get that up, it's just a slippery slope down that rabbit hole. Let's move on to Jonathan, 405 from Bedford, Indiana. Jonathan.
Yeah, this is Jonathan. I'm also pro 2A.
Roger that. I appreciate that feedback. Thank you very much. Bill N, 680. Are you out there?
Bill is here. I'm in New York, and of course I am pro 2A. I could tell you that if you were going to be voting for those seriously keeping the 2A going, just keep in mind, looking at the last decade and even further, it's mostly Democrats trying to get rid of our guns. So, for those that don't know, I was in federal law enforcement for 28 plus years, retired in 2018, running counterterrorism teams, and I can tell you the majority of the people in the office in New York are pro 2A. So I don't see my guys that I supervise taking away anybody's guns.
Roger that. I feel the same way that if it ever came down to something like that, It's going to be a real rough time. I have a feeling it's almost going to be like back when the Civil War was happening, and it was brothers against brothers, cousins against cousins, and the lines being drawn in blood, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard to hold that, stand up against your brother. It's going to be difficult. All right, moving on to Josh, 490, Lake Placid. Josh.
Good evening, Dave. WRFJ 490, Josh, Lake Placid, New York. Unfortunately, I think Jamie and I were on the same boat because I lost all mine as well. Nothing here to take. Thanks for running that. It was a terrible accident. Terrible.
Providing the service for everybody, and I would like some help if anybody can do talking. I mean, I don't mind doing the typing and in the background, and I'm sure Jane don't mind, but it's nice to get a break every once in a while, like next week. All right, moving forward, Chris, 676 from Lemon Cove. Chris, the author. I know it's a little early. Chris was hoping to be on. Chris, Mr. FU, 676, Lemon Cove. Are you out there? All right, I'll circle back. Maybe you'll be on a little bit later because it's early over there. Joe, 818. Joe, are you out there?
I am out here, and I'm very, very much pro Second Amendment. Without being too long-winded about it, I'm actually the president of the local gun club here. And I guess my big concern is that the people who are violating and trying to obliterate the Second Amendment, they either do not understand the issues regarding gun violence, or they understand the issues and they have a very, very different agenda. And the second one is the scary part.
Yeah, I think we can all relate with just what you said there. It just makes you wonder. I mean, there's so many times that lives are taken with illegal weapons, not legal weapons. But yeah, thank you for that. Jim, 541. Jim, are you out there?
WQXN966.
He's been having issues.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll circle back to Jim and Chris if you guys can. Just give us a holler, and we'll stop for you. All right, Michael, 661, Red Lion, Michael.
Good afternoon. Mike in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. I am for the Second Amendment, pretty much for all the reasons that have been stated. And first time on the net. Catch you guys later. What is my call sign? WRMM 661.
Well, I sure do appreciate you getting on, and thank you for your comments. All right, Josephi, where do you, man? What's up, brother man? Tell me what you think.
Whiskey Romeo Foxtrot Victor 256, Wakefield, Massachusetts. Yeah, I'm pro, and everybody should have, a gun and defend themselves, you know what I mean? Though I believe in the government in certain ways, they cannot take your guns. That's about it.
Roger that. I sure do appreciate you and joining that. I know you work some crazy hours. This is your first time, too. I really do appreciate you being out here. Okay, moving on to Teddy. 298 Teddy. Come on, Ted. Give me something good.
The
sky is blue. It's not raining. If the trees are moving, it's windy.
Well, those are truths. Thank you for those truths. Now, what's your thoughts on that Second Amendment? You're able to plead the fifth like Jason likes to do. Do you have any thoughts on the Second Amendment or no comment?
What'd you call?
As long as they don't shoot their eye out, they should all be able to keep their firearms.
Roger that. As long as they don't do a Christmas story and break their glasses. Good safety talk there, Teddy. People know to point away from themselves. All right, Joe. Big Joe over there by Kevin on Statesville, North Carolina. Come on, Joe. Joe, are you there? Or did Kevin shut off his theater? All right, Joe must be having tech issues. One of those wannabe God repeater owners probably shut him down. Let's move on to Patrick, 778. Patrick, are you out there?
This is Patrick, 778, Hurricane, West Virginia, and I'm definitely a pro-Second Amendment guy. Also a concealed carry participant. Also, yeah, I probably got my share of whatever's needed, so I do pretty good there and everything. But yeah, the one question was I always come across people talk about the militia, that it was only designated for a well-maintained militia. I think everybody falls into that category, militiamen, and their service to their country. So that's pretty much my opinion, and I'll leave it at that.
I sure do appreciate your opinion there, Patrick. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, moving on. Tony, 297. Tony, I know you're out there. You even asked to make sure you were on net.
This is Tony, 297, Long Island, New York. Like many on here from New York, we have some crazy rules here under Emperor Cuomo, but I'm a strong Second Amendment supporter. However, it's very unfortunate for me. I, too, realize that boating is a very, very hazardous activity, and when that SAFE Act was passed a few years ago, I lost them all in a horrible accident, and it's been a real shame. And since Cuomo knows what's best for me, I decided I'm just not going to, I'll just listen to what he says, and Cuomo knows what's good for me, so I'm an obedient citizen.
Roger that. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are having boating accidents, and I'm telling you, I wish I was a deep sea diver. I'd cleaning house. All right, well, moving on here, we got George. 494, George. You're over there on Jason's repeater. What you got for us? Anything?
Good evening. Yeah, George, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. I just wanted to say, obviously, I have guns, being up in Wisconsin and the hunting and all, and then I started to add up some handguns the way things have been going. Totally have been, when I was young, guns was a normal thing up here. If you didn't have a gun, it was kind of not right, But I don't have it concealed. Maybe someone in my area can tell me where I can get the classes for it. But I know that it's legal to walk right down the street with a loaded gun on your hip, as long as it's, visible. But I don't have the the concealed weapon. But hey, it's getting to the point where I come outside in my backyard and I got my handgun right on my patio table here. So I just wanted to throw that in there, and good good night to everybody, or have a good evening, and be safe.
Roger that, George. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for speaking up to Jason a couple days ago and letting him know you were interested. All right, moving on to Mike, 9126 in Clifton. Mike, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, and I support the Second Amendment, but I was on the party vote also, and I lost everything.
This is what you guys are talking about.
Dire need of people with some type of weapons to protect themselves because everybody's losing them. Let's see, Rob, 505 Rob. Are you here, Rob?
I am here, and thanks for doing the net. Not obvious, but I am a Two Amendment enthusiast. Not too happy about what we've been seeing these recent days with all these new rulings about 80% lowers and talking about having to serialize things, and now all of a sudden it's just, 100 and some pages later of legal speak. It's hard to decipher, and I don't know what they're going for. I'm just going to have to stay tuned. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you very much for checking in tonight. All right, moving on. Kane. Hey now, Kane. What you got going on here, Kane?
Good evening. Yeah, I am definitely a pro 2A for sure. I can say that I had many firearms from handguns to long rifles and shotguns and everything. But yeah, I went out on a boating trip out down here in Barnegat Bay, and unfortunately I lost everything. So yeah, it is what it is.
I gotta come visit the East Coast. Guys keep losing all your guns like it's Boston Tea Party or something, man. I don't know. All right, well, hey, this is that fun time in the net when we turn around and do anybody that didn't have the opportunity to check in online. All the pre-checks are done. Let's go to the check-ins. Anybody that can hear my voice, please just give me your name only. When I recognize your name and say, give me the rest, give me your call sign, and where you are located. So let's go. Is anybody out there that wants to late check-in? Come now.
I wasn't aware I was late.
Aaron?
All right, one more time before we move on. I'm going to do one last call for late check-ins. Anybody want to check in late for the net tonight?
I didn't realize I was checking in
Aaron?
late. I'm just checking in.
Who was that? Was that Aaron or was that Jason?
It is I.
Aaron.
Fine, and where are you located?
Apparently it was the both of us.
All right, Aaron, are you out there? Aaron from California. Aaron, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I come in late. Don't know what we're talking about yet.
We're talking about the Second Amendment. What's your thoughts on the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms and call to militia if the government is out of control? What's your thoughts on that? If you don't have any, just no comment.
I support the Second Amendment 110%.
Roger that. I sure do appreciate your feedback. And moving on to Mr. It Is I, Jason from Wisconsin Rapids. What do you got to say, sir?
I'm not a late check-in. I want to check in. I mean, I didn't know pre-check-ins was checking in, so, and checking in is late. I didn't realize that. But okay, I am anti-government when it comes to taking away anything. We should have the freedom to do whatever the hell we want to do. If we want to kill somebody, let's kill somebody. You just got to pay the prices that you killed somebody. Chances are somebody else is going to kill you for killing somebody.
Roger that. So you're all for the total licensing of Nerf weapons. Understood.
Couldn't hear you over the whine.
So, do you have anybody else that'd like to check in that hasn't already checked in?
Can I check in?
This is Robin from California, calling in late.
Roger that. Robin from California, how are you doing this evening? And what is your thoughts on the Second Amendment, if you feel like sharing?
WQXN96.
I'm doing all right. My thoughts on the Second Amendment are fully support it, and wish I could carry as a teacher. That would be sweet. Maybe we'll get there one day.
Roger that. Yep, I gotta say I agree with you there. It'd be nice if the teachers can carry weapons. I think that they're totally responsible enough to do so. All right, one more time. Anybody else that would like to check in for the Tuesday night net on our talk about the Second Amendment?
This is Robert from upstate New York checking in, and I am all in favor for the Second Amendment.
Roger that, Robert. Can you do me a favor? If you have a call sign, can you give me your call sign and what's your location?
Call sign is WRKE 838, Saranac Lake, New York.
Roger that, 838 from New York. I sure do appreciate you taking the time to check in tonight. Thank you very much. Anybody else out there that would like to check in to the Tuesday night net on the TGLN network? All right, I'll give it one more chance. It's your last call. Anybody that would like to check in to the Tuesday night net on the TGLN, please come now. All right, well, with that being said, that's going to close the net topic for tonight. And we are going to move on to the draft. We had a total of, 28 people checked in. Just to let you know, those people that did check in late, if you do go to the CMRS.network and go to the events page, if you have the opportunity, you can check in for next week's Tuesday Night Net and basically have an opportunity to win a prize in this drawing of the people that pre-checked in. So let me move on to that.
Second. Thanks for being giving my opinion.
All right, I hear somebody trying to come in. Who was that? We still got room for you. What was your opinion? What's your name? Over.
Net control, you and Jason doubled the entire time. I don't know about anyone else, but I couldn't make out either one of you.
All right, well, thanks for that. All right, let's just move on, folks. Thank you all for joining in for the Tuesday Night Net on the TGLN linked network. You can visit gmrs.network and pre-check in the events area for next week's net and have an opportunity to win a prize from our sponsors. Randy, who is the owner of Coon Run Creek, is sponsoring gifts. And if you pre-check in and show up to the net, you have an opportunity to win. So let me do the random draw here and see who won this week.
Dean, I have a user, so yeah, you saying it was me, it wasn't me.
All right, the winner this week is Josephi. Hey, Josephi, are you still with us? Brother Man, 246 from Wakefield, MA. Josephi, are you still here?
I fell asleep, but yeah, man. Yay! Thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, Josephi, get with Randy. Randy's still probably around. You can either shoot him an email or just tell him your call sign, all of it, and he'll look you up and send you a prize for being on this week. I sure do appreciate everybody for coming out. Remember, this is the GMRS Link Network, TGLN. Get your Radio Box SN from us, or you know what? You can even learn how to do your own by visiting the website, gmrs.network. Thank you all for coming out, and this will end the net. Have a great evening.
Hey, there's nobody else that wants to check in?